We are here today again for another slot on the Learning Lab, and we're going to be talking about conquering self.
Yes.
Okay, so basically speaking, in every situation, especially in the midst of conflicts, everybody's always quick at blaming the other person without looking at themselves first.
Yeah.
Generally in life, they ever to say dance for your juju. That's very correct, but in another way, sometimes it prevents people from actually taking time to look at themselves and to make sure that they are on check with whatever they are doing. So that's why I took that caption today. Instead of conquering the world, conquer yourself first. One motivational quote which I read from Tyler Perry, he said, if everybody kept their door clean, the whole neighborhood will be clean. Which means that I don't need to take a broom and sweep my neighbor's door. If my neighbor is sweeping his door and I'm sweeping my own and the next, you just notice that the whole street is clean. I think it's the same thing when it comes to personality. So if I'm putting my personality on check, and you're putting your personality on check, and everybody's putting their personality on check, we realize that we are not trying to conquer somebody, but we are first of all trying to conquer self. We are trying to conquer that aspect of us which needs to be put in check and needs to be put right. So the blame game in society today is the reason for a lot of stuff which is not supposed to be. Most of the times in the midst of conflicts, how many people take time to ask themselves, first of all, where did I go wrong? Where did I miss it? Where could I get back on check to make sure it's right? No, most of the time it's about you did it. Worst of all, in situations where the other person started the issue, it's normal that in conflict somebody must always start.
Yes.
But they always say that what defines you or what makes a situation is not who started it, but how the next person reacted to it. So the situation started this way. What was your reaction? It's fine. Let's say it's okay. This other person started the issue. Now, what was your reaction after that person reacted the way it did?
Yes.
If you look into it, you'll see that you yourself, first of all, you have a problem. Temperament. If Sibel insults me now and the next thing I'm doing is I'm insulting her back, it means that I'm not different from her, right?
Yes.
So I'm trying to say that she needs to change without realizing that I need to change as well. So the same issue she's facing is the same issue I am facing.
I bet.
The Bible says that a quiet answer softens wrath, which means that in the case of one person getting violent or arrogant, if your reaction is calm and composed, it solves the problem faster when the two of you start quarreling over it. And I think all those things have to do with self. When we talk about self in this context, we are not just talking about you. When we talk about self, we're talking about that egocentric part of every human being. That part of every human being that does not want to accept challenge. That part of every human being that does not want to go down for another person to step on that person. So when we talk about self, we are talking about that part. Because the reason why I react the way I do is because I don't want to bring down my ego. You get? I don't want to look like you've conquered me. I don't want to look like you're right, meanwhile I know you're wrong.
Come to think of it.
So it's that ego, it's that part of self in you that always pushes you to want to react. But let's take it the opposite way. If you actually have conquered yourself, if you have actually conquered that part of you, it's never about the other person winning or you losing. It's just about peace. All right? So sometimes they say that the person who seems to have won has not actually won. There is a case where you think that because you have not defended yourself, you've not won. But in actual fact, you've won. I remember back in the days, it's so funny. When I have a quarrel with somebody and maybe I've said a couple of things, you go and sit back in your house like, child, I miss for talking one. For talking one, so me really enter it.
Like why?
Yeah, like why did I miss? Man, go find me. I'm gonna tell you the one, so me fortify. So you get it. It's just all about I want to win this fight. But it's not necessarily the person who has spoken too much who has won. Right? So conquering self is just about, we're going back to values again, placing your values right.
True.
Putting yourself at that level where nobody makes you to act beyond who you actually are. So no matter how far you push me, now you're not going to change this me that I am. You're not going to make me act contrary to what I believe and contrary to the way I should act. So I decide that I'm a giver, irrespective of how many people I give and they insult me. It's a very common thing in society today.
Yes.
You do everything you can to help somebody, and the next minute that person is damning you and saying how wicked. I read on somebody's post the other day. They say one bad cancels all good. He said, "Dear, memory need to keep good."
Wow.
Yeah, so you get to that point where some people will say, "Nah, I've been treated like this too much, and because of that, I've decided I'm no longer going to help people." That means that first of all, your motive for helping the people has a question. There is some ego, whether you accept it or not. There is some ego attached to the reason why you help people.
Yeah.
But if I decide, on the other hand, that well, I'm not helping this person because I'm expecting it in return. I'm not helping this person because I'm expecting praises. I'm just helping these people because it's in my nature to help people. It's who I am. So irrespective of how people treat you,
Nature
you come
doesn't
back, yes. It go pain you sometime, it go vex you. But at the end, you discover that I just have to keep doing it. So that is some aspects of conquering self. In some aspects, it's just all about bringing down your ego, bringing out the things that you think make you bigger than another person, and accepting humility and accepting yourself for who you are.
Wow.
So, generally, or in a nutshell, all I'm saying is you need to let go of the ego part of you. It's in every human being, no matter how we try to pretend and act all the best. There is that aspect of ego in every human being, and it takes a work over time to overcome it, and it must be intentional. So, overcoming self is intentional. You could seek help from somebody, but it's more about you first. You need to accept that you want to be intentional about it. You need to accept that there are aspects of you have to change and work in it. Sometimes just take an inventory of yourself, get a pen and a paper. Say, okay, the good aspects about me, you write them down. All right, what are the things that are bad about me? If you are lying to yourself, that means you're really a dead person. Because that person you should lie to is yourself. So you get your pen down, you write the things about you that are not okay. And then you intentionally say, okay, I want to change from this, I want to change from this, I want to change from this. These are the things I need to conquer. And you start working on them one after another. Get help whenever you need it. At the end of the next period, you do the same assessment. You notice that over time, you begin to conquer self. You begin to conquer those aspects of you, and you get better. So, conquer self, conquer ego, and then you're going to be a better person. Already, like I said, if we all sweep our doors, the whole streets are clean.